Welcome to Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast, where we're breaking generational curses and normalizing mental health. We're four cousins who span two generations, and we're here to share our own experiences on our mental health and healing journeys. Join us as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.
See. So, our Our first episode premiered this week. We started off with a bang. Didn't go how we had originally planned, but
we're head on. Like, let's
but it was the truth, so we let it roll. I mean, we could have taken it back.
Gloves are off.
Yeah, we were honest and we were raw. We left it.
Yeah.
Like, we left it.
And that's the way we want everything to be.
That's what we said when we started this. Like, nothing is off the table. We're going to be real about it. Like, because that's why we brought this about, is because we wanted people to be able to relate. So
that's very true.
But if I could also add, we are still going to, within our boundaries, we're going to, talk about everything that, but if we're, we're just going to be cautious. We're going to be cautious.
And last time we forgot to introduce ourselves because we just got
that did.
Yeah,
we just assumed you guys knew us.
So, like we said, we're four cousins. We're related on our mom's side. Lisa and Manny are siblings. Lisa, Manny, and I are what do you call it? Double cousins.
Double cousins.
Our dads are half brothers, and our moms are full sisters. So that's how this came about.
Oh,
and then there's that one over there.
I'm not a double cousin. I'm just a cousin.
But it was like, it didn't matter because we were always together.
Yeah, we were always together.
Our dads are always together. Like, we've grown up
together. Everything together.
We've grown up together. So now we're sharing our healthy journey, our healing journeys together. So
yeah.
Take it away.
All right. So who are you?
Me, I am Rene Salcido. A little bit about me. I'm 43 years old. I am a veteran of Iraq, Afghanistan. I got back in 2011 was my last tour. Got out of the military. Kind of been lost here, trying to figure out life. Diagnosed with PTSD and depression and anxiety. So dealing with that, that's my main recovery from that. And child abuse when I was a kid also throw that on top. So it was like a compound trauma. So working with that. What I bring to the table is right now is resiliency. Shit happens, feels like a lot lately. And I'm able to bounce back every time it happens now. Unlike before I would let shit just take me down and I would enjoy the ride.
Shots.
Yeah, exactly. Shots. You name it. Lines. Smoke it. Eat it too nowadays. So there's a little bit of everything. So that's my journey. I'm healing from that. I'm working on it. I did go to rehab last year. So that was my biggest thing that I've done with it, because I'm usually I'll stop drinking on my own, right? And using on my own, and that's never worked. So yeah, that's where I am in my healing journey. Still early, but I think it's going pretty well.
Cool.
That's me.
Okay. I'm Candy. I'm the baby cousin of the crew. I am 30-something years old. I'm a dog mom. I'm a wife. I'm a middle child. I have anxiety. I have depression. I was just recently diagnosed with chronic PTSD, which hails from childhood sexual abuse. Let's see, what else? I've been on this healing journey for about 10 years. So I'm excited to share some of that and, have people relate to it, or, give people hope that, you are not, you don't have to be a victim the rest of your life.
And it's okay
not
not to be okay.
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay, Yep. What about you?
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm in my 30s, 40s, in between there. I'm a single mom, divorced a couple times, and I have like the coolest kid ever. Like, no joke, she is a little badass, and I'm very proud of her. I've experienced a few things in life that I've never shared with anyone aside from my therapist. So I believe with talking about about everything, I think it can open some minds and, and help someone out. I've been going to therapy for off and on for about 12 years, I want to say, when my daughter was maybe a little bit before she was born. So I've had great therapists, and I've also had really bad therapists. And I think it's important to have someone that you can talk to, someone that you can relate to, someone that can really listen to you, And I've had great therapists that have, and they have made such a huge impact in my life that I want to share it. Yeah. There's just so much that we have to talk about that we want to share with you guys. And the main thing that I really want to talk about is I just was recently diagnosed with ADHD. And I want to talk to you guys about my journey and just, how I'm literally experiencing it right now. And what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, what I should be doing, and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys, especially with you guys, because we can be comfortable.
Yes.
So.
Definitely.
Okay, go.
All right, my turn. All right, guys. I'm the oldest in the group here, and Chion of the group. I'm Manny. I am 48 years old. I'll be 48 in a couple weeks. And I have a lot to share. Being the oldest, I've gone through quite a bit, and just want to share. I want to open up to the gay community as well. Talk about our addictions and going to jail, HIV, all that good stuff. Somebody stirred.
You're talking.
You're good.
Because you're talking. Good job.
And I want to talk about my baby, Tommy Simpson.
He's missed.
PTSD. I came home one day and he was on the floor. He was gone. And that put a big hole in my heart, I'm still here. So there's a lot to talk about. We all have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And if it could just help one person, dude, we did our job. If that one person is on the edge of hurting themselves and we were able to make some type of impact to them, then we did our job. If it's just that one person that could have taken themselves out, but to grab something from what we talk about, then we did what we had to do.
We're going to keep it real.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're going to keep it real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Within our boundaries.
Yes.
Starting today. Last week.
We need like a light or something, like a flag.
Red flag. Stop.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Basta.
Yep. So this is us. We're the four cousins.
Yep.
And we're here to make an impact. We're here to do what? To
Talk about the things we're not supposed to talk about.
yeah.
We're gonna give lots of resources. Like
Yeah.
We're not doctors. We're
No.
not.
No way we're
we're
not.
just
Trying to
talking from
help
our
you
own-
with medical stuff.
We're not giving advice,
No.
nothing like that. We literally just want to share our stories, and we may not always be, in the right path, but we're here to guide each other, to help each other through this process, because it's not easy. Shit's not getting easier.
No.
Or just
you
to
know,
listen
and it's
to
like-
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To listen,
Or even
'cause
if like
sometimes-
this little like 30, 40 minutes that you guys are listening to us, if we can take those like minutes and make those like make you guys laugh or like whatever reaction we can give you, like then that's what we want. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because honestly, that's how I got my diagnosis, is because you had talked about being diagnosed with ADHD, and I had similar traits that I was like, maybe. And I went and talked to a behavioral therapist, and that's how I got diagnosed with PTSD. But I never would have gone had it not been for you and you, like, you know, leaving that little breadcrumb, like, hey. Yeah.
See,
it's
success
like,
right there.
yeah. And that's just within our own group. So I can only
Yeah.
imagine how many people, you know,
Yeah.
even some of the responses that we've gotten, and it's like, cool, like the first episode and people are already giving feedback. So it's like, okay, cool, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see
And
how
we
this
really
takes
want
us.
your feedback. So if you guys can please
Yeah.
just, you know, let us know. Like,
We've never done anything like this
No.
before.
No.
Like, all the way from the
no,
recording
and
part.
please be kind.
Our new producer.
I'm new to this for sure.
Just say what kind we want.
As you can see, like we changed our setup from the last time.
Yeah, look at this. We're gonna upgrade.
I was gonna tag on there, like
That's what we want to do. We want to tag our
Talked
names. We want to tag our names up there, and like if there's
Yeah.
guests, they could put their names up there too.
Yeah.
that'd be
That'd be pretty dope.
That'd be cool. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna be throughout the podcast. We will be bringing in guests, like special guests. You know, other therapists, other people that that want to share their. There's so many people that want to share their,
Yeah.
what they have, and what a perfect place to do it than on a podcast. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of episode 1, how's everybody been since then?
I've been hiding. Hearing my voice and our like, you know. But I mean, we're just getting the word out. So
Yeah.
I've been trying
it's
to.
cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah.
it was cool to see us on TV.
We're famous.
I'm a face.
We're on YouTube.
Radio face. What do you call it?
That's funny. My week, I've noticed it wasn't until something triggered it in me yesterday. I was literally crying at my desk.
Oh no.
Just emotions from this past like couple of weeks. My parents were in a rollover accident. It's been a couple of weeks. They're okay now. But it's just been really heavy. Dealing with hospital visits, and our lives were flipped upside down. I was trying to take on a lot of the weight myself, and today it was like, okay, something small set me off at work, and it was just like
Oh,
but it was a release that I needed,
Yeah.
and it was like, because when it happened initially, it was at night, so then I was like freaking out in the middle of the night, freaking out, and then
Like that whole thing was just.
yeah, it was a lot. And then so from that night, it was like I cried that night, it was like anxious that night, and since then I don't think I've cried about what has happened, because it was just like I had to switch
adrenaline
it.
is still
I had
high.
to switch into, I need to take care of this, or what's going on with this and this and this. And like, I'm the sister that doesn't have any kids, so I carry that weight because, and that's on me that I carry that weight, is because I'm like, my sisters have their families, and I have my own family, and my husband is very understanding, but it's like I took it on myself without knowing that that's what I was doing. So I've learned to like let my dad take over, and let my dad do stuff, and I can't be there all the time. Like I can't, control everything, because it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like it really did. And so that's why I was like, I wanted to just keep them in this little bubble, and like that was it.
Yeah.
But crying yesterday at work just made me realize that I was depressed. And so it's like, okay, I made an appointment with my therapist for Friday, because that's another thing, is that I wanted to get back more on a routine of, instead of calling her only in crisis basis, because that's what I've been doing the past few months, is I only call her when something's going on. It's like crisis basis, which doesn't work for me. I know that now. So that's kind of where I've been. I know.
Can I say something? The whole thing that you were talking about with your therapist, how you only see her on a crisis basis. Like, I didn't know how therapy worked, right? And I still kind of like know, but there's certain things that surprise me, and it's such a wide, huge like range of therapy, right? Like, we're not therapists, so we don't know. But going back to being part of like a routine, or being like going once a month, or going like, I thought you just see a therapist and then you're done, right? And then, I mean, you continue seeing them
Yeah.
for whatever, trauma or whatever you're going through at the time, but like, you can still see them like, twice a month or once a month or whatever. I know it sounds dumb, but but for the rest of our lives, for the rest of our lives, right? Because like in my brain, I thought, just for a couple of years until I retire or whatever, right? And then I'm like,
no, healing is a lifelong process.
Yeah, like this shit is like forever.
Real quick, you're talking about that, like the therapist, and you're like, you're going on when you need to go basis.
Yeah.
This was like 2 months ago when it was quiet, like nothing was really going on around, like with the family and my friends, and my therapist is like, do you want to see me in 2 weeks? I was like, well, there's really nothing going on. And I was like, you know what? Something's going to happen. So yes. Schedule
book
me.
It.
Book it. Within 2 weeks, everything started happening. My ex went into a coma. My friend's mom started getting sick. Your mom got into the car accident. And I was just like, like I did need to just to have it, just to go.
Yeah.
It was a heavy couple last weeks for sure.
Yeah.
And real quick, she's out of the coma now, and she's at a different hospital, like long-term healthcare. But I'm not sure she's like how good she is, but she is out of the coma now, so that's good to hear.
My mom got out of the hospital.
That's great news.
I know.
She got out like 2 days later. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mom's amazing.
Yeah. It's been like it's been so like crazy, like what's going on, and like just
like stuff like that doesn't happen.
And everything that she's been through, and her spirit has stayed the same. Like that's one thing that your mom has kept saying to me. Like she has abuelita spirit, like that she's like going through this, but she's still
she doesn't want to worry you.
No. She did that, and then I'm like, Mom, you can't do that to people. You have to let them know what's going on. Like you're trying to protect them, but you can't. You have to be real with them and tell them this is the situation. Like, and not to be in her business, but like because they're thinking the worst, and it's not that it's not that severe at this point. You know?
Yeah.
So I did tell her, like, you can't do that. You have to let them see, because like some visitors, she was like, I don't want them to see me. And I was like, I get that. And I was like, but why? And she's like, because I know that that's going to just upset them. And I'm like, but in their head, they're thinking the worst.
Yeah.
If they see you and they see your spirit, like, it's different.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing is I've been asking her how her mental health is, because being laid up in a hospital is awful,
Tough.
And sharing a room with a stranger, or, you know what I mean? All the nurses, like, it's so just been an experience. Like she's exchanging so much energy with so many people. That's another thing. So that's one thing that during this time I've asked her, like, how's your mental health? How are you doing? Like, and now she says her mental health is a lot better because she's home. Like she's home. She said the food's better, the TV's bigger. And like that's been her. Yeah. Okay. Her bed. Yeah. So it's like
the
okay.
size, the TV screen is like size of this thing back here.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, it was interesting to be like, I need to check on your mental health, like what you've been through, and like how are you with all of this? I know how me and my sisters have been, but how are you? And then I also check in on my dad, and he's always just like, I'm fine. And I'm like, I even told him, you're gonna need to talk to somebody because that was traumatic.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. You can't make anybody get help. They have to want it for themselves. And, maybe he will talk to somebody,
Yeah.
in the family, whatever, somebody that he feels
Uh-huh.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did try to put that out there. Like, hey, do you guys experience trauma?
Yeah.
You should talk to somebody. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're on a better road now. It's a good start to the week. So
Your dad's like brain should be like donated to science because he's like the most loving,
Mhm.
most stone cold,
Yeah.
most like, man,
Mhm. He's grown.
I'm so lucky that I'm his favorite.
Ooh, Abby, shots fired, Abby. Okay.
He said Vegas. Whatever.
Oh my god. We should cut that and put that in tag.
Yeah.
Oh, because Tio Camilo is
Abby,
your Tio Camilo's favorite?
Abby is my dad's favorite.
Mhm.
Hands down.
I mean,
he'll
I'm
laugh.
his favorite
it's like-
now.
it's
When you
like-
ask
Like
him,
now I am.
It's like my Nina Selena, like I'm her favorite
No.
Yeah.
over Cynthia.
no,
you're
no.
her favorite nephew.
Yeah.
I'm her favorite niece. I am.
I know I'm not, but I love her to death. And she loves my daughter, and my daughter loves her so much. My daughter has her like on her like one of her like screensavers.
¿Te está
Like
viendo?
it's so cute. Yeah, her and Tio Chavo. She
Oh,
used to call
Chivo.
She used to call Tio Chavo Tio Trouble because that's what she thought we were saying. So for
he's
a
kinda
long time
trouble.
she said Tio Trouble, and I was like Tio Chavo.
How funny.
So cute.
Yeah.
Just really quick, you guys. Some of the things that we're going to talk about that we're not supposed to talk about, consist of. I don't know if you guys want to read those out. Emotions that we're not used to talking. We weren't brought up to talk about it. We just kind of suck it up and move on.
A lot of trauma. A lot of trauma
trauma.
happened in our lives, and we just couldn't say anything about it then. And we can speak up now.
Yeah.
Suicide.
We have a voice.
Yep. Suicide. Addiction.
Addiction.
Therapy. Yep. Sex. Body shaming.
Body shaming.
Body
Oh
shaming.
my god. That.
Talking to you. You know who I'm talking.
Yeah.
All our tias. What are you talking
Yes.
about? Body shamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's interesting because it's like little things like that affect your mental health as a kid, and like
That
I think
sucks.
I
man.
think now
Our nicknames.
Gordo.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Chonch.
Chonch.
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee.
Oh my god.
Chonchis.
Chonchis?
I don't have a nickname. My name is a
This one was perfect.
nickname. No.
La India.
No.
Please
Actually,
don't
that's
take
another thing. It's like we the nicknames, and we have like one uncle that like
My
gives
dad.
us these names, and they just
Yeah.
last on forever.
And they just,
That's
they just
it.
stuck.
So yeah. So we can relate to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? What else? What
How
else?
was your week? You didn't say anything. How was your week?
Mine's pretty good right now. I'm dealing with relationships
Oh, okay.
and communication and how important it is
Mm-hmm.
and how you can make something that is nothing into something
Mm-hmm.
that could just end tarnation.
Do you think we were? I don't think I was raised to communicate. Like I don't think I was taught
None
to.
of us were.
None of us
We were
were.
taught to shut up and
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up
do what
and
we're
listen.
Yeah.
told.
So
we're allowed
when
to
you're
have
trying
feelings.
to be in a relationship with somebody who communicates, it's hard
Yeah.
because I've experienced that in my own relationship. Like when we first started dating, it was like, well, defensive, and it was like, I'm just trying to communicate with you, and I'm like, well, that's not how I was raised. Like we don't do that. We don't
No.
question. We don't do. No, it is
Let's
what
just
it
figure
is.
it out.
It is what it is. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
it. And so.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to have feelings.
No, we
We're not.
weren't.
We weren't.
No.
It's like,
And it may sound like fucked up now, but
Yeah.
at the time
It was
that
normal.
was just normal.
That's what we knew.
And that's
Yeah.
I think that's another thing why we want to get it out there, because like your kids gonna have better lives, and
Yeah.
we can make this little change, and
Yeah.
man, yeah.
I know. I was talking to somebody about how they get to parent their kids the way they wish they would have been parented, you know? And it's true.
huge.
It's true. Like, I'm always saying that I'm healing my inner niña. Like, all the time. I'm like, I'm buying this because I didn't get to have this Ninja Turtle toy. But my mom bought me Ninja Turtle toys recently to make up for it. I know.
Shut
so
up,
it's, but it's like little things like that. Like, a lot of like my outfits and stuff like that. Like, it makes me happy to dress up, and it always helps my mood too, to be like put together. And it's funny because I'm like, I think about our abuelita, and like, she was always put together. Like, she always had her lipstick on. And I get it. Like, I get it now, you know? Like, it's like, okay, it makes you feel better in the morning. And it's
like she wasn't going anywhere.
no.
But she had her lipstick on.
Yeah, exactly.
What
You
colors
know?
were they?
Red.
And?
Orange. I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are kind of some of the things we're gonna barely the iceberg of what we're gonna talk about, because you know it's gonna flow and it's
And you
gonna
might
come
hear a
out
little
as it
bit
comes.
of it right now, and you might hear a little bit of it in the next podcast.
Yeah.
But it's all gonna make sense.
Yeah,
You'll
I
be
mean,
able to relate to something because fuck, we're all fucked up.
We're all locals.
Yeah.
We're all
locals.
local. We're all. You're
But it's
fucked
okay
up
to be.
too.
It's okay. You know,
It is.
Fine.
there's
It
cope,
is.
coping, and we can. You
yeah,
know.
you just have to have the right tools.
Yeah.
I was telling Lisa today how I went to pick up the table from this lady, right? And up on Seven Hills. Like we live in Las Vegas, and this was like a really nice part of town where I went to pick it up. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just glad you're not weird." And I was like, "I'm local lady." I wanted to tell
You
her.
have no idea.
You have no idea. Here, buddy, give my table. It was just funny. And the funny thing is, she looked like Kelly from 90210.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, is that her?"
That's funny.
Oh, let me tell my story about the communication part.
Oh, yeah.
So this gentleman that I'm kind of dating right now. Well, I'm dating him.
Tu amiguito?
You're right, mi amiguito.
Tu amiguito.
Yeah, mi amigo. No, yeah, because we couldn't say we were gay or we had a boyfriend. They're our friend. That's what had
And
to
we're
be
gonna
said.
talk about that. We are gonna talk about that.
Tommy was my friend.
Who was your?
You know
who
what?
was your roommate?
He was my roommate.
I don't mean to cut you off, but like, Mario, you're one of the elders. Like, you're the gay elder in the family. Like, to me, you were the first one that I knew that was gay.
Yeah,
And that, you know, was out. You know, and not everybody has to come out, you know, because that's not, you don't have to. It's your life, you do whatever, you know. But for you to be the first one, and, you know, that's something that you can bring to the table. Yeah, you did. You took a lot of shit from everybody.
Popular.
And
That's
all
right.
you wanted to do is be your true self.
And that's what I was.
Exactly. And I can't wait for everybody to hear about that. Like, I can't wait for that, because you're an example for everybody. Yeah.
That's true.
Like, and I love that the next generation of kids, like, it's so fucking normal. Like, you know?
To be trans,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, to be trans.
Yes.
Or just like the way like their brains are.
Yeah. Like they're just like, oh, okay, that, you know, that was
Like,
my
it's
very
tia,
not-
that was my
accepting.
tia, and now it's my tío. Okay.
Accepting,
You know,
yeah.
they are.
And the kids and the friends are accepting.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, oh, that's my uncle, and that's my other uncle. Oh, wow.
Dude, we used to get tied to a fence and tortured when I grew up.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan White.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Can I talk about my
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Sorry. See, that's what's gonna happen. We're just
We're always
gonna
gonna do that.
always
Look,
look it.
No,
We have
because
an
it's
outline.
Just get used to it.
Sometimes it don't go that way.
I just thought it was a funny, it was communication that had to be said.
Yeah.
So, texting is so
Mm-hmm.
non-emotional, right?
Yep.
So
Lost in context.
I'm here texting this guy I'm dating him, just going back, next thing you know, I have like a full page of text, and he just responds, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was intentional. should.
At least it wasn't a thumbs up.
Oh my god!
Those
You know what
thumbs
I
up.
used to do?
Or he just ignores. I in my head, he's
Yeah.
ignoring everything that I'm saying. I'm pouring my heart out to him, and he's ignoring everything. So what do? Hold up, and I call him, and I can't understand him. So I keep going, huh?
Oh my
Huh?
gosh.
Why couldn't you understand them?
Because I couldn't hear him. Because I couldn't hear. I'm old now. There's certain things that this old man. So he's here talking, and telling me, whatever he's telling me, and I'm like, huh. So
So then that sounds.
so
like,
what happens?
Yeah.
He hangs. Okay, bye, and he hangs up on
Oh
me,
no.
and I'm like, okay.
You're like, that's why I text you.
Now I'm pissed. So I ended up telling him that. I was like, this is embarrassing to say. I was like, but, I'm partially deaf. And it's all because of the history, my past.
Mm.
I was like, all my music, I would always listen to it to the top, the highest volume. And I'm old now, so I'm partially deaf. I just finally said it out. I refuse to wear a hearing aid.
Oh.
He responded,
Mm-hmm.
Pa, yo también. He's actually partially deaf.
Oh, shit.
Now we got two deaf motherfuckers up there.
Just make sure you guys are on the good
Text,
ear.
just text each other.
And then he's all, pa acabar la chingada. Oh, I'm blind too. So, sorry. So now I can understand why he wasn't answering my text, because he would only read the last text that I sent him. Meanwhile, there's like 6-7 other texts that are big old long stories, and he, it's too much for him.
Skim through it like,
Yeah.
got it.
So that's what I'm dealing with this week is communication.
I'm glad you were like, you told him though. Like you were like, you could have been like, well, fuck you too, but the fact that you're like, hey.
And
you,
he was
like,
able to open up to
you were
me.
vulnerable, and
Yes,
you're like, hey,
vulnerability. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's huge.
It is.
Good job, yo.
I like this guy.
I'm
He's
proud
pretty
of
cool.
you. Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Communication
I
is
like
so key.
how you're acting. How you're realizing things, and you're,
I have to think before I do now.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that amazing to think before you talk? Like, no joke.
We don't do that.
They literally
I still
taught me
struggle with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I struggle with that hard.
They taught us that in rehab. Like, think before you react to anything.
You gotta play
That's
the
like
tape.
one of the big
That's what they tell us in rehab. In rehab, they would tell you you have to play the tape.
Okay.
So basically, before you do anything, what's gonna happen? Because you already know what's gonna happen.
Dang.
You have to play the
like
tape.
that. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Mental note.
Mental note.
Uh-huh.
Play the tape. He's
Play
gonna
a
be
tape.
pissed.
You better
We're
play
gonna
a tape.
fight. He's not gonna call me, and he's just gotta play it.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. You already know.
Okay.
That was my week.
Okay.
That's your week.
That was better.
What about you, Lise? How's your week?
My week has been overwhelming. It has been like that for a few months now, but yeah, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time working and going to school, and the whole ADHD thing, and my daughter, and it's a lot. But like, I know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I know how to I know what I'm supposed to do, but the laziness side of it, or it's not even laziness, it's the ADHD part. And we'll go over that real soon. How things are going to connect, and that it's not that I'm lazy. It's just like my energy is somewhere over here when I have like fucking a circus over here, and it's just like I'm learning how to prioritize. I'm learning how to manage my time. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. And yeah.
It's like we have to learn to be adults
Yeah.
in
I
a
think.
different way now.
Yeah.
I think.
Because back then there was no book.
Yeah.
So we would do whatever the hell we wanted. This is
YOLO.
adulting. This is adulting.
YOLO.
And now
Pizza
that-
on Wednesday.
One of the things I did realize
Pizza
though,
on Wednesday.
is that no one has their shit together. No one.
No.
Like,
Uh-uh.
at all. Everybody's fucking in chaos and just kind of just doing what they're doing, like without any.
It's their
Kind of
interpretation
plan.
of being an adult.
Huh?
It's their interpretation
Yeah.
or of living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily being an adult, but that's how they live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there is no book.
Yeah.
But now that we're taking medication, we're realizing what's going on. And we're
Yes.
like, dude, I'm sorry.
Do you guys all take medicine? You guys take medicine? You take
I
medicine?
am.
I take, yeah,
Yeah, me
I
too.
take my pills.
Yeah. And I've like gone off of it and been like, I'm fine, I don't need it. And then no.
That's the sucky part.
Then it's like
Yeah.
hitting one of these walls.
Because
right
it was
here.
like it's more like I'm I don't need I'm
I
not
don't want
you
to
know what I mean?
be dependent on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
then-
can tell the difference.
Yeah, but then I'm like, so I'd rather feel like shit and be mean and be irritated.
Yes, and
like,
be mean. That's the
no,
thing.
go take your pill.
Is-
Yes.
You know?
So this is like one thing they teach you, like when you're a kid or you're an adult. If you have a bodily injury, you go to a doctor, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Everybody does. But
Yeah.
now when you have like a mental health issue or emotional, like no one ever
Like,
tells you.
run
Go to
for-
the doctor.
Somebody.
Yeah. Just breathe in. Breathe the water.
Yeah.
Like no one ever tells you go see a doctor for it.
Mm-mm.
So hopefully,
No.
like people realize that you do need medicine for your mental health and
Mhm.
to deal with it. You really do. Like
Mhm.
so
And
it's
there's other
therefore-
things aside from medication.
Yeah,
So
I know.
there's, we're going to share, we're going to experience it
Mhm.
and we're going to share with you guys because, we want to find out too. We don't know what we don't know. So,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
I wanted to touch back on your feeling lazy. I think it was we were conditioned to downtime is being lazy.
No, never should relax.
Girl!
And I think
Mhm.
a lot of times we don't know how to relax because we were conditioned to not relax.
Yeah.
Like, no, if you're relaxing or if you're just sitting on the couch,
Yeah,
you're not being productive.
Yeah.
And I think that's I don't know if you would call it a boundary that we have to set. Like, you need downtime, right? You're not lazy if you just sit on the couch and watch TV and decompress from the day. You know what I mean? Like, I work on a computer all day, All I want to do when I come home is chill with my dogs and my husband and watch TV and just, like, melt into the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
well, because there's, I'm sorry, I didn't
No, you're
mean to- there has been a change where, because I used to work remote and now I'm going into the office a lot more, so I'm exhausted.
yeah.
I forgot the difference, I mean, duh, like
Yeah.
I'm not,
No, it is. You're exchanging
It's a
energy
lot.
with people. You're, people are having a bad day and then they come in with that. Like you're just interacting with people
Transmits.
via email. Then they're like, they want it now. And then it's like, you don't get things done. Like,
And I
it's
hate
exhausting. Like,
talking
my
to people.
brain is tired.
Ugh. Yeah. I'm like, for real?
But yeah, you're right about you're so right about the whole about the whole taking a break thing.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't take a break.
No.
No.
Dude, it could be 7:00 at night. Done my homework, done, with everything. I'm gonna lay on that couch. I'm gonna put my feet on the couch and just lay like our dad comes home.
You better get your ass up.
Oh my god, it's like fire on top of his head because he's so mad because I'm laying there on the couch.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't I lay on the couch?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's something that I just recently accepted, that it's okay to have a lazy day and have like sleep in, and you're not lazy, you're not,
Yeah.
you don't have to get up at 7:00 in the morning every day, or like, on weekends
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like, okay. And then you feel that guilt still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, and with them, like, they only knew as far as they were raised, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
that's the way they were treated, so that's the way they raised us, is because they thought it was normal, and that's the way it's
Yeah.
supposed to be,
Yeah.
And it's like,
And it was like everybody else. It was kind of like everybody else is raising you because everybody's telling you all the wrong things that you're doing. Their parents were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that." So like when they were raising us, they were confused as fuck. Like, I don't know when I was going to call so and so, and they'll tell you or whatever,
yeah.
and
Yeah, I know.
it's just
I
how it
always,
was.
I've seen things that our parents had to survive. They did what they did because they had to survive. Like us, we have the luxury of, we don't have to do a lot of the things that our parents had to do. That's all for this week. But next week we'll be talking about addiction. So if you guys have any questions, We'll be putting a questions thing up on our Instagram, or you can always just DM us your questions for next week. Also, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about in the future, we'd also love those suggestions as well.
With all the feedback, good, bad.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah.
feedback. We do.
Mhm. And you can remain anonymous if you choose to.
But we'll know.
This is a safe space. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us here at the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. If you are in need of any medical care,
Are you?
Huh? Dang, shots fired. If you are in need of medical care, like me, please contact your local provider. If you're having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline at 899. In case of an emergency, call 911. And join us next week as we talk about
The
things we're not supposed to talk about.